Hey everybody, we are back. We have another piece of red cedar here. I'm going to try to do a live edge or natural edge bowl if we can keep some of this bark, and it's going to be more like a banana boat. It's rectangular, not really round, but we'll see what happens when we get into it. You never know, it might turn out to be a plate. We shall see. $6.50. I'm going to try to do something with this. Okay, we're back. I took and around the edge, since the bark on the red cedar is really feathery, I threw super glue on it and sprayed it with some activator to get it to hurry up and set. I've sat for a while, so I'm going to go back to try to shaping it. I don't know. Oh, it's better. I'm going to have to get these with sanding. Alright, let's go ahead and clean up the rest of this. Do a little bit of hair cutting. He was on the phone. Oh, I'll be back. My dad's calling. What I'm going to do now is I put some CA glue again around the edges, and I'm going to sand. I've tried a couple times and I'm not getting this tear out, so I'm going to have to try to sand it out. And I put some CA in some cracks, so let's see what we can do. We'll save this. Alright, we're sanded to 400. I'm going to go ahead and throw some sanding sealer on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out any of the, well, all of the super glue marks, but it will be close. We might be able to darken it up. All right. We'll let this dry, and then tomorrow, like I said, we'll bring it back and do a light sanding on it and see what we can make it look like. So, bring you all back when I get back on it again. Okay, everybody, we're back. We've got our Red Cedar flipped over on the chuck jaws, and we're ready to start hollowing out the inside. Get my headphones on, my iPro on, and we'll be good to go. $8.50. It's probably as thin as I want to go, though, with this cedar. Yeah, that's as thin as I want to go. Let's work on a little bit of this middle part, and then I can actually, hold on. How bad is that? It's actually not bad on that end. A little bit of fuzz there. I just sharpened this one, so that should have, oh yeah, a lot better than what it was. Not bad. Okay, now we can work a little bit more on the center. Alright, now we gotta get the center again. We're actually at the bottom, so I can use the scraper. First, I'm going to bring it down. Use the scraper at the last bit. Way too hot. I've been using the scraper for the bottom part. The camera went out when I was getting everything back down into the center, but we're got a little bit left to go, maybe about a ½ inch, and then we should be good. As long as the camera continues to roll, which I think it is, all I got to do is get some of this tidied up. The center's a little bit raised still, so I got to go a little further down with it. But the sides are pretty even. Barely touched it that last go around. Now that's pretty smooth all the way across. Now we'll set up for sanding, and I'm definitely not spinning it in sanding, so. I think this piece is going to turn out beautiful. Who's here? UPS guy. Little sip of lemonade. Okay, we're sanded the 400 on the inside and on the back. I already had sanding sealer on the back, but I worked on a couple cracks and stuff, so I'm going to resand it. I do have a crack here from that was already on the outside that I'm going to do some sanding sealer and then super glue on top of it, so it hopefully we don't stain it this time. I had a lot of sanding to get that stain, super glue stain off of one of the other ones on the outside. But this is going to turn out nice, hopefully. Alright, I'll bring you back later on. We've got our Red Cedar and we're getting ready to remove the tenon off of it. We've got our sanding sealer on the inside and outside. So let's go ahead and get this off. Here we go. Alright, all we got to do now is sand the bottom and put a shiny coat on it. I'll bring you back. We've got the tenon taken off. We've got a foot established on it. I've already signed it. Now I'm going to throw our nice, beautiful poly on it. I know some people don't like to use polyurethane, but I've had more success out of polyurethane pieces than I have out of feed and wax and everything else when it comes to people wanting them in my area. So I still occasionally will do some with feed and wax and other items, but right now it's been polyurethane and they've been doing good. Like I said, we've already got sanding sealer on it, so, and I sanded with 1000 grit after I got that last coat of sanding sealer on and it dried. So this is what we're looking at right now. And this Red Cedar is going to soak it up, so it's going to take definitely more than one coat, especially to make it look right. And I've got a couple other pieces I want to be putting their second and thirds and fourth coats on as well, so I figured I'd do them all at one time and show you this one while I'm doing it. And once this dries, I'll see if I'll make sure that it's covered completely. And as long as it's been covered completely, I'll do a wet sand to smooth everything out. And then after I do the wet sand, I'll let it dry and put another coat on. But even this little branch inclusion over here looks really good. So I'm going to dab around the bark. I know I could use a brush, but I need to get more brushes. And then I'll wipe up the excess once I'm done. Because this polyurethane, it's Minwax, so it's really not that, it's not like one of the best thick polyurethanes, and honestly I prefer the thin because it wipes on better. You just may have to take an extra coat or two. I don't have to worry about it slowly running and me not catching it running. Because I've had items where I've put the stuff on it and it looks like it's nice and flat and good, and next thing you know I come back and there's a big old run down the side of it from, I guess it may have slowly moved, got combined together with other stuff, with other bits and pieces from different parts of the item. Okay. Now I'm not doing the bottom yet. I'm just going around the edges because I don't want to mess up poly. Did we mention that cedar is very soft? This last little bit over here, and then I'll pick up later at another time. Alright, y'all. We'll see how this turns out. But as of right now, basic what we got. See you later on. We are back with our Red Cedar live edge. We've got to do another coat and the bottom, so what I'm going to do is we'll have it setting like this while it dries because the live edge looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and get the bottom taken care of. for our second coat. So then we'll know we have a good coat before we start doing the wet sand. Alright, I have a feeling we're going to need another coat. So we'll go put this away and bring you back when I'm taking pictures and we're all done. It's going to take a while.